I'll be right with you all in a moment. Just a sec. What did you expect? Rest of the way suspect. When it comes to timing, timing. One thing's for sure. One thing the world endure. Must admit that son is particularly good at rhyming. Freestyle and singing, waiting on the chat to ring in. And now just start closing doors. I got to tell ya today something incredible. People gonna talk all day till they're sore. People gonna talk all day until they're sore. Waiting on my little computer to boot up and give me my chat so that I can say hello to you proper. So, I'm working on it. Let's see, looks like 8 people are in here already. And I'm gonna wait for this little commercial to run its course because, you know, a big time star and advertisers need to do the thing on my channel to stay afloat. Pretty much, I think is what's happening. That's what I think anyway. Oh no, went too fast. Dang it, okay. Lesson learned. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing's gonna be alright. I woke up this morning, smiled at the rising sun. See the birds on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. And I tell you, don't worry about a thing. Everything gonna be alright. Say don't worry about a thing. Everything gonna be alright. Interesting thing about that song is that I sung that song every single night. Every literal single night. When my babies were in the womb. They all know that song by heart, and they don't know how they know it. They remember that song. And no matter what is going on with them, if I sing that song in my terrible, non-singing dad voice, they are cool. Because the thing about the truth is universal. Does not need any advertising. Does not need any salesman. Authenticity easiest spot. But we are so accustomed to not being authentic and not viewing authenticity, even in some cases not valuing authenticity, that we mistake brashness for power. We mistake a lack of humanity for strength. The truth is, every day, in every moment, we must choose the obvious. Now, sometimes we are upset about one thing or another because life is hard. The certainty is that there is a hardness to life, a difficulty to life, an uphill climb, so to speak. And if that's true for all of us, then we must understand that it is somehow just a part of it. There is eating, there is sleeping, there is drinking, and there is hardship. If it is there for every single one of us, it must be necessary for every single one of us. But what is important is not what we think. What will define you and your life will be what you do, not what you say, what you do. That is all that's ever going to matter to anybody else, is what you do. Unfortunately, for some people, what you say is what you do. Charlotte, hi. Robert G, what's up? Nikki New, how you doing? Heather B, what's going on? Good morning to you too. I'm glad y'all are here. It's it appears to be a tough day for some. I wish you comfort in the face of the events that transpired. If for nothing else, I wish you comfort from having to actually watch another human being pass away right in front of you. That is not something that most people really recover from. And whatever the emotion they had in the moment that happened, it magnified for sure. And most people panicked on whichever side of whatever you were thinking about. Like, most people panicked inside. Oh my God. I don't wish that on anybody to even see it, let alone, I got out of here, boy, quick. I get it. Let's see, what am I going to do today? I had to give up on my monitor for the day. That thing was just giving me too much of a headache. And I'm going to have to do some practicing with it again and work on it. But, it is what it is. Today, thinking about carving something out of this. I think I might do another ring and see what the ring looks like with the two yellows on the top and bottom and the brown in the middle. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do to get my day started. It's a nice, easy way to get something built. And I want to try to hone that skill. I don't, you know, the Woo thing worked out pretty good. I think I might want to do a different version of this, maybe, as well. If it had fit, I would have done it. It didn't fit. I need something just a little bit bigger. But we'll try it later on. Something else, maybe. I've got a lot of requests for this. I don't know that I'm going to sell anything, but I'm going to do what I can to try to produce something cool every time. Forgive me while I adjust and try to figure out how to make all this stuff work right. I think that's going to be the best way to go. Grab me a little clamp here. What up, Lions? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Boom. Oh man, it's good to see you, man. Hold on. Welcome to my chat, bro. Welcome to it. I'm gonna flip the phone around. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm already out of coffee. I had to run the kids to school this morning. Ugly side of my shop. Hey, we back. I'm gonna take you upstairs and put some coffee in this thing. Y'all say what y'all want to say. If you choose it, you know, I'm here either way. But today, we're going to make another ring. I think that's going to be the first thing I try to do after I clean my screen with my shirt. Pardon my manners. Just want y'all to see me crispy. Just kidding. Yo, if y'all have not subscribed or seen my man Lions Fish Shop, yo, I'm so glad you're not on, so I can have you on with me, man. One day we're gonna have to do a live. Me and Calvin are trying to put something together, but a live we're both on. We'll have some coffee together. Like me and Lions both will have coffee all times of the day, cause yeah, I think we got a similar kind of brain. Coffee is good. By the way, I built this for my wife. It's nice, man. I'm just wrapping up some bits, but to send to subscribers. Oh, right on. Calvin and Miss Heather got their mallets yesterday that I sent. I'm so nervous about them. I think Carnage is supposed to get his today. It's supposed to arrive. But I'm so nervous about mallets going to people who know how to make mallets. Because, you know, mine might suck in comparison. We haven't seen anything in person. Also, I'm going to be building that door this weekend. I've been procrastinating on it because this daughter doesn't live here in the moment. She's primarily in Florida, but she comes up. I'm going to just have it black. You know what I'm saying? So I sort of remodeled this kitchen. I put these lights up. I still got to put a cover over that. That's where the old crappy light used to be. Still got to put a backsplash in here. I did put the floor in. I did put all those lights up. This old ceiling fan was actually with the house. We love it. It's great. I'm going to probably update those little cabinet doors back there. But I don't know. It's kind of nostalgic. Fits the house. Hey, nice tea and coffee station. Thank you. Thank you. Ha ha. Wondering what they think at They Love Me, man. Weird. We call it a splashback. Really? That's weird. That's like that aluminum thing, right? Like we get what you're saying, but we don't agree with how you're saying it. Um, yeah. That's where all my little kids are. Here's a wild. There's a great photographer here in Atlanta who is slowly getting famous. But about 6 or 7 years ago, when my kids were babies, well, not babies, but little bitties, we're standing up in these photos. She took these photos and put them in a shot. Let me turn the light off. The reflection is crazy. But anyways, she took God. She took these photos of me and my boys. And I don't know if you notice this, but like we've all got these. Let me show it to you. I'm gonna have to turn the camera around and do this right. I got the little Africa medallion up there. And then on that one, my son is like holding one. Anyways, now it's Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, she graced me with those photos after the art show. I was so glad to get the prints. All right, now I'm heading down. Great photos, says Heather B. Thank you. She did take some fantastic. She did some good shots of me too, but I wasn't in the show. Makes sense. What's crazy is I had a work shirt on that day, and she called me impromptu for that photo shoot. She was like, "Can you please come by? I'm having a thing. I'm doing it on Father's. I want to do a shoot, and I want to shoot you and your boys." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm just picking them up from school, and I'm just getting off work." And I just happened to have that Miller High Life shirt on, and yeah, we ended up taking it in that, and it looked like a drunken dad beating his kids. But it looks very deep and meaningful, so it was great. Look how I match up with the love. All right, where do we start? I gotta make another ring. I ended up making a ring for my homeboy Brad. I'm gonna kick my freaking thing right over. So, I made this pinky ring the other day using this technique I'm getting ready to do. And then my buddy saw it and was like, "Oh man, I'd like one of those. Can you make me one of those?" What's up, Artsy Doodles? Welcome to the chat. Ooh. I got relatively big knuckles for the size of my narrow skeleton fingers. That comes from lots of stuff. But either way, the size of those rings is drastically different. This is my homeboy's just regular finger. Look at my finger in that. That's crazy. But anyway, big dude, big hands. Made it with the same size everything except for the center hole. But look how much, I didn't realize how much I'd taken off of this one to get it down. But I barely had to run anything over that. I just kind of sanded it. I'm excellent today, Artsy. How are you doing today? And what you up to? I'm getting ready to make a ring, but I'm going to do it the opposite of this with the lighter colors on the outside and the darker colors on the inside. And I'm having coffee. And if I'm not mistaken, probably foolishly left my stuff on the truck because I expected to be working today on this bathroom. So hold on. Oh, and by the way, I gotta ask these people for their Wi-Fi password because I want to do lives from the bathroom while I'm doing the remodel so y'all can see that process. But my Wi-Fi didn't pick up anything out there. Like it wouldn't even support it yesterday. So that sucked. But I gotta run over to the truck right there, right behind me, and I'm gonna go grab my drill. All right, I'm back. I'm doing well, still in bed, just checking out YouTube. Wow, good to see you. That's a nice, relaxing day, right? Just sit in the crib and watch some wood getting worked, sister. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Artsy Doodles in the building. Place say vacate all women and children. Now, now I gotta think like, where are those drill bits? Did I put them in the? Did I put them back in the bit box? Because they were out. Because I just did that ring, and not in the space of randomness. We gotta go back out to the truck. I know it's ridiculous. It's ticking you off. I get it. Same way myself. I'd be annoyed. Bit box. Enjoying a lion. Nice, says Lion. I'm telling you, it's like one of my favorite things. Um, except that one, I love coffee. Two, I've got a lot of natural energy I have to burn. Uh, and three, I have a lot of mental and emotional energy I have to burn. So, this is a pretty fun thing. Yes, until my dogs decide to get up. Hey, in my case, it's the kids. So somebody starts expecting breakfast. Let me stop them lying. My kids, I surprise them with breakfast. They're always like, act like they can't believe it happened. But it happens all the time. I'm trying to spoil them. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be, I want my boys to be black male versions of Paris Hilton and freaking Nicole. Doo-doo-doo. I don't even know how this is going to work, but look here. I just got a message from Calvin over at Dad's Workshop. We're going to pop on a live together around 10:15-ish Eastern Standard Time. That would be about a half hour from now for y'all who want to see him too, which would be probably all of you. There's like 4 people in here, so, you know, all 4 of y'all beautiful people. Where is it? There's that. And then I need something for the middle, but I need it to be not that. I need it to be the other one. I'll use a Forstner bit again. The hard part of deciding how to do this is which hole goes first, the outer ring or the inner ring. And it's sort of natural to think inner ring. But it can get crazy difficult that way. Let's see. I'm going to try to find something in the middle. I'm not going to go as small as this one was. I'm going to go just a hair bigger than that, which probably just means I should go that size and make it bigger. But let me see. Sorry, y'all ain't even seeing what I'm doing. Artsy says, my kids are all grown up and have their own families. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I love that. Oh, look, I got a few that are grown up, but they ain't got no families. And they are a lot of being here. So that's great. Because I'm sure you miss them, right? Isn't that kind of how it goes? Like, you kind of want them gone, but you miss them as soon as they're gone. Like, you miss them like crazy. That's how I am anyway. That's how. Like, my daughter is in her 20s, and she lives here, sort of. But, you know, she's got a relationship, and they're like, either they're all here or they're both gone. And so I miss my little pumpkin being around. And her little brothers are like teenage boys now, so they don't let me hug and kiss on them as much as I used to, much as they used to let me. All right, so yes, but unfortunately online, near 3 of my kids. But fortunately, online, 3 of my kids. I live near 3 of my kids. Gotcha. That's amazing. That's good. I'm not trying to put you on my chess piece. I'm just trying to get this camera angle right for the old switcheroo. Kerblow. The old switcheroo. Yes. Fantastic. So if I do this, I go all the way through, I let that tip make a little bitty indentation, and then I send that tip into that indentation, and that should close enough get these two sort of married together. I want to think about width though, because I want to try to squeeze 2 rings out of here. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try it. And I think if I do this, I'll get close enough to try it. Let's go. See? Steady hand. You don't need a drill press. You got a steady hand. I am joking, but I will show you my posture while I'm doing this, just in case you gave a crap. My bad. All right. So what I do is I get my hand on top here. I've got this all locked, right? And then I bring my arm to my body because my body can be stationary. So as much of this as ties into my core, the the better, right? Ultimately, the better for. So, anyways, I'm right here, so I'm nice and. Because I can put that downward pressure from my shoulder. I'm just letting my shoulder drop. Right? And now we are officially into our table. I think. Yeah, I think we're into our table, which is good. And which is also why we have a wooden table. Can you see over this stupid thing? I don't know. Let's try it this way. All right. Lock that in. This is not sharp. Just letting you know. Red Robin says I'm a very handsome man. Right on. Okay. My wife thinks so. I don't know what you two are seeing, but thanks. I'll take it. All right, here we go. We're going to go into the table. That's all right. This is going to be a slow burn because this is not a sharp bit. I don't have another. Don't be mad at me. We'll be fine. Again, the posture. Went a little too deep. Wouldn't be the first time. All right, listen. I gotta push this out nice and slow. I didn't want to burn it up that bad, but fortunately that was me burning the table, not me burning the ring. Because the ring's relatively narrow, but it is not hardwood. It is hardwood. But this is how you get stuff out of these when you drill these holes. They have these little slots on them, right? And you just wedge into the little slot. And you just press out. Just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Now, technically, this is called a hole saw. They don't call, a particular saw it, but they'll say this is a hole saw, this part right here. And then once we got it out, remember we got the center first, so we've essentially got our ring. So that's dope. Glad it happened. And back over here. So we're going to go ahead and figure out how we're going to get this mounted. That's pretty close to center. Like, they don't always get that close. It ain't perfect, but it's pretty close. But what we're going to do is put that right back on our little rotator tool. This thing here, like so. Pardon me, that was gross. But we're going to do that. We'll spin it that way, and we'll use this kind of like a little micro lathe, and we'll make our hole fit. Cheers to you. We'll have some delicious coffee right quick. Take this short commercial break. Faisez la verre in you. The lover of coffee. see how that looks. If you can see me, or at least see this proper. It's not bad. Get you a little closer to where I'm gonna be working though. All right, we're gonna open the box and see if we can find a piece that'll fit, that we can just, similar to that. I just don't want to mess that bit up if I accidentally do it. But I want to get one of these inside of there and then maybe add some tape to it and get it. But I want something as close as possible from the start, but I think this is just gonna have to be it, and then I'll see what I can do from there. I do have these little sandy ones that might work with that and that. That might be a problem too though. I need the bigger version of this thing. I don't see it. Let me see. Let me try something else. We could also hot glue it in there. Let's see what the bigger kit's got. I got all this stuff at Harbor Freight. I think I got this stuff from like Hobby Lobby, in case you were trying to get any of it or curious about it. Let's see what'll fit this hole the most. Yesterday I had one of those green things and it fit the other one of these, but that wasn't it. Let's try this. This is really, really close. That is it. I just gotta figure, I think I need to tap it. That's a tight fit. Almost worried about it coming back off. Let's see. So we could always tap it back out. I'm hoping that if I hit the back of that, I don't absolutely break the bond. I might need to shave that off a little bit in there. That might be a problem later. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding inside of there, just super light, and this is perfect for it. We already got it there. So just going to hit that a little bit. Hopefully that's enough. Kind of. What if we taper it a little bit? It'll go in there and get snug at the tip and be a little bit easier to pull back out without worrying about compromising that tool. Let's try it. That's pretty good. Now if I can get it where I'm exactly the same. I apologize. I think I'm getting fall allergies or something. I'm sniffling all in your ears. But that looks like a very similar reveal all the way through, and it's pretty tight. I'm gonna trust it. Hopefully I'm making the right decisions. I'm gonna trust it, and I'm gonna take this off and exchange it, and we'll get to drilling this friggin' hole. Quiet chat today. Just a tip and only for a minute. Hey, that's about all I can do, man. That's why I'm married, you know what I'm saying? That's why you get married, so that you can slack off. Expectations get low, you know? No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's the way to not stay married. All right, let's spin this and protect ourselves for like 2 seconds. Pretend like we're concerned for our health. All right. And it seemed to work, so we're gonna try to do it. And what am I gonna do it with? Like, what am I gonna sand with? I appreciate you asking. I'm gonna use some of these little tools over here. Now, these sanding pads I had been using on a little tool. It's a little automotive tool that you just stick the Velcro on the back, and it's a little bitty sander. But for these round surfaces, I like to kind of hold them round. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do some of that, and I got this on like 3 right now, and that's like 120 grit paper there. So not too aggressive, but I'm gonna knock that little stuff off the edge first. I don't know if this is a good way to a recommended way to do this. I am an absolute amateur with this tool, and I don't want you to hurt yourself if that ain't the way. You know what I'm saying? Do see where I got a little movement in my top. I want it to be tight, tight, and I'm just gauging it by the depth of that brown ring on the inside. And if it appears to be pretty similar all the way around, then I feel like I'm good. But I think color-wise, I think this is going to work. Joshua says, I was thinking the same thing. He is so handsome. Jeez Louise. I don't believe y'all. Y'all are traumatized from yesterday's events. Maybe something's going on. I don't know what's happening today. But I thank you. I thank you. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. What up, Smoke? Oh man, yo, Smoke. I saw you working on the bug yesterday. I don't know if I should call it a beetle or a bug. I don't know. Sometimes people are particular about that. But that Volkswagen, it's awesome. If y'all like cars, we are car guys, me and my son. So we love that thing you're working on. He was putting the freaking horn. He was putting the horn on in yesterday. It's awesome watching somebody piece that together. These camera angles are perfect. You know, like car channels where people are doing stuff and all you see is them leaning into the hood and muffled talking. I really appreciate the angles you get, Smoke. It really makes us feel like we can do it too. Oh, I think your channel really is going to be doing great things, man. I mean, you're doing great things already, but I really have a lot of hope for your channel because I am really starting to look forward to seeing what happens on there. Pretty awesome. Great personality. Smoke shop. And if you're looking for handsome lions, where you at, Lions Fish Shop? That is the resident model right there. He's in England. He's also got the accent, but don't object. Yeah, don't objectify him. He will definitely get offended by that. He's such a good guy. He's not gonna let you. I don't know. Anyway, back to my cup. Cheers to y'all. Having a good morning. Glad you're in here. We're working on this ring. Link to my POV cam and recent videos, says Smoke. Ivan, hi West, what brilliance are you up to? Oh man, I'm up to the same foolishness I'm always up to, man. This time though, I'm making the opposite of this ring that I made, I think yesterday or the day before. Anyway, I think I like this one. I think I like this color pattern better. Same stuff. But I think I like this one a little better so far. But I always like my newest thing better anyway. That's just kind of how I'm built. Doo-doo-doo. All right, I'm gonna hit this some more with the 120. Now listen, y'all don't panic if I have to get off of here in a few. All that's gonna mean is that Calvin from Dad's Workshop is gonna join us, and we're gonna be like doing a double live thing. So we have a little three-way thing going. Just kidding, just kidding. I don't even want to put that image in my own head. Ugh. But we will be having some woodworking and maybe some conversations. Me and Calvin have great conversations. We are different people entirely, but we land in the same places on a great many things. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite people. Oh, we're getting there. Now this one is not solid. It's almost like a little micro plywood, and I didn't realize that until I got it. But it's still wood, still different species, and then it just adds another layer. So it's not necessarily a bad thing for this situation. I'm gonna try to put a little bevel on the inside here this time. And here we go. I like being able to put soft round things in soft rounded spaces. And I think what this is doing for me, this is not lathe work, but it's like a micro version of it. And I think what it will do is give me the sensitivity, maybe, to how to function through centrifugal carving. Because I'm unfamiliar. Like most of the stuff you're gonna see on here, if you don't see me at somebody's house or on a ladder doing something very construction-y, then I'm probably relatively new to it. Like this. This is the third ring I've ever made in my whole life. And the first two are right here. And they're only a week old. So somehow this almost looks a little more masculine to me. I don't know. Maybe it's the squareness of it. Ivan says, hey, Smoke, I'm going to go check you out. That's what's up. This is the Precious 3.0. That's deep, man. Wonder if I could build a rig for my drill press. I've got some shadiness with a Dremel that turned out borderline dangerous. I don't know that I'd try it with a drill press, if I'm being honest. Me personally. A drill press is such a powerful device in that it can pull things, it can grab and pull things in. This can't. So I'm much more willing to experiment with small scale things before I go large scale, just so that I don't actively, unalive myself. I think I might turn the speed up on this a little bit. And see what I get. I think I'm going to knock some more of this off and go back to the 120 though. And I was advised to turn this machine off and not try to turn it up while it's spinning, because that shortens the life of it. I don't know if that's true, but it makes good common sense to me, and I tend to err that way when I'm ignorant. Smoke says, and that rotary tool won't break your wrist. Exactly right. I knew a guy who got knocked out by a tool that got caught. It It was a plumbing snake, or auger, or whichever you want to call it. But you put a long, kind of a corrugated metal line into the ground, but it's thick. And if it catches on something and you're not careful, the mechanism that makes it go, you're supposed to hold it and feed it in, right? You need two hands for that. So how you make the machine go is you put your foot on a pedal and you press the pedal, depending on your pressure, the machine goes faster or slower. The problem is, if you have a problem, most people have a tendency to brace by squaring their body, which means you push your feet down when there's a problem, typically. So it speeds the machine up, increases the problem that you've got in a millisecond. And what happened is the cord spun around itself like that, made a loop, swung around, and went boop, boom, knocked him unconscious. His foot came off of the thing, though, and it was fine after that, but he had to get woken up. Crazy. Mitchell says, hey, gentlemen and ladies in any chat. Archie says, hi, Ivan. What up, Mitch? How you doing? How you doing? I'm just going to keep working on that until it's as thin as we want it to be. We're going to take a good bit of material off of this, right? But, because that ring, there's no way it's going to be that thick, like the maximum is that, right? But, because this is what we're doing, because we're going to have to take some inside out, we want to make sure that we get it to thin beforehand. I don't want it all big and meaty like that, but I also don't want it all thin and, you know what I'm saying. So we'll just keep working it down, but as we do it, we're kind of practicing getting that bevel on it, right? So we get like 10 tries at it if we're going with the 120, and I think we're getting decent with it, so we're just going to keep going until we eat enough of it down to get what we want. And it helps us develop technique too. It's very important. On a new project, it's good to work your technique and practice technique. Like, this ring doesn't belong to anybody. I haven't sold it. I haven't priced it. It's not even on the website. But if I completely ruin it, I've only lost my time. But I've traded that time for the experience to know how not to ruin it that way. So I'll be a better ring maker after that. So always some sunshine and some pluses to whatever. You know what I mean? That's that cool dust coming off of that thing. Straight gold, West is love. Now what's interesting is that I cannot sand these 3 different types of woods the same way and just roll over. They stand significantly differently. That walnut in the center is much harder. And then that cherry down at the bottom that I'm hitting right now is second. And then this third wood up here. But I can't even remember what that is. Maybe a maple? Maybe maple. It's not. And if you'll notice, I'm keeping let me stop for a second so you can hear my own little safety thing. I'm keeping the paper back here, not up here. because also so you can see it. But if this turns loose, this is kind of guarding me from getting my face smacked with this thing. Hopefully, I don't know, but I know that this is gonna stay in between me and that. Because you never know, man. You gotta be careful. You never know. Never, 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 never know. Alright. Put some R&B in your ear all early in the day. But I don't know. This might be my new pinky ring. This might be a good contrast against my ebony complexion. My vanilla bean skin. You know vanilla ice cream is white because of the milk, not because of the vanilla, right? Why do we call everything white vanilla? I don't know why it is. Maybe just because of the deliciousness? I don't know. That little bevel on the bottom and the top is so important for a ring because otherwise, man, they get crazy uncomfortable. Like those have to be, like I was surprised at how important that turned out to be. I mean, it makes common sense, but I noticed it right away when I was experimenting with these. All right, we're looking good. Ringmaster smack your face. What up, Craig Posh? How you doing? How you doing? I just said we did that once in high school, ladies. Listen, I got Dusty in here. Let me stop tripping and turn on my dust collection. I was just trying to keep it quiet in here, but I should be keeping it safe in here. I don't want to mislead you into thinking that this is not an environment that you shouldn't protect yourself in. So I'm glad to see you, Craig. What you up to, man? Y'all go see lions over there in the across the pond too. Lions has a great spoon making shop. Showed me how to make spoons just watching it. I promise you, I've not watched anybody else make spoons. And just by watching them for a couple of weeks, I learned how to make spoons. Let me see if I can find them. I wish I had, this is gonna sound sus. I wish I had bigger wood. I would have made bigger spoons. But from the blanks that I made, this one I'm particularly proud of because of the little, this part back here, the little spine. I don't know, it's not straight, but this is my first, well, this is my second spoon I ever carved. This is my first. Like I did that a week before, but I haven't put any finish on this one. But this one I put the boiled linseed oil on, and this is, I guess basswood. I don't know. I don't know if people are as enthusiastic about spoons as I am. It's kind of a milestone moment for me, like in woodworking. It made me feel legit a little bit. Smoke says there is no spoon. There is no spoon, matey. I'm gonna cut that in. No. I need to go ahead and put the whatchamacallit on that. Let me see. It's still a little heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the grit up. I think we've got enough practice. Oh, Heather says, hey, Wes, Calvin's ready when you are. Thank you. Yo, I get so distracted. Yo, I'm about to bounce, and then I'll be right back. Like, give me 2-3 minutes, and we'll be back. With Calvin. If you don't see me here, you'll see me there. But we got to put it together. Alright? So, I'm going to holler at him, and I'll holler back at y'all. West does it. Peace.